So working on these old bikes and going to the racetrack, etc., I feel like every time I turn around, I'm needing to change tires. And that whether it's putting new tires on or putting track tires on or taking old tires off or removing tires to go get wheels painted, it's a real common thing, needing to change tires. When I first saw the Rabaconda Street Tire Changer, I was really excited because I was like, this could be the solution to a lot of my problems. So today, I'm going to have a quick look at the Rabaconda Street Tire Changer, show you how it works and what I think of it. So the Rabaconda Street Tire Changer is a changing system that allows you to change your own tires at home. My first exposure to the Rabaconda brand was with their dirt bike tire changer. So on the enduro bikes that we ride, we run the bib moose style tube, so no air, and they're almost impossible to change without a changer. Rabaconda have a really cool tire changer system with an arm that allows you to change bib mooses, tires and bib mooses quite easily on the dirt bikes. So I'm familiar with Rabaconda from the dirt bike world, but I've never used their street tire changer until now. So the Rabaconda changer, it comes apart and it stores in the bag that it comes with, so it doesn't take up a ton of space. But yeah, you put it together with some quick change bolts. They kind of just sleeve off and it compacts down. So this is the changer itself. There's a whole bunch of accessories that are available for it. Different spacers for different types of wheels, different types of duck heads for different wheels, etc. Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of how this street tire changer works. You have this handle here that comes over, and this allows you to break the bead on the tire. So you can push it in, move the tire around, break the bead. Then, once you have the bead broken, then you take this part, that they call this the duck head. This is what actually removes the tire. This is pretty similar to what you would see on a tire changer for cars, etc., or motorcycle tire changers at a shop. So this goes down onto here, and then you position the duck head in where you want it. So I've got the tire on here. Obviously it's deflated. I went through and I broke the bead, so the tire is off of the bead. So it's nice and loose on the bottom. So I take the tire iron that's provided. So I got the tire iron underneath the lip of the tire. I'm just going to lift it up and pull it over the top of the duck head. Taking care to make sure that the tire is down in the valley of the wheel to loosen it up as much as possible. I'll hook it up on here. I'm going to take the handle, put the handle in, the duck head, it just moves around the tire and peels it off of the rim. So pretty simple. The key to this, as with changing any type of tire, whether it's a dirt bike tire, bicycle tire, whatever, is you want to have the tire as warm as possible so it's nice and flexible. So it's wintertime here in Idaho. I took these tires, I put them in by the fireplace, got them warmed up nice and supple. In the summertime, I just lay them out in the driveway, let the sun beat down, warm them up. That's very helpful. It makes the tire a lot easier to work with. And then the other thing that makes life so much easier is you can be battling with a certain section of the tire to get it off the rim or to get it back on. It's really easy to put all your focus into the one section you're working on. What is extremely helpful is if you take the tire on the other side and you make sure that it is down in the valley of the wheel. So that gives you so much more room to work with, and then that allows you to move the tire around and get it off. One thing is if you're battling this and you get into the heat of the moment and it's like super stiff and it's really tempting to just like try to muscle through it, like, and you hear the tire will start kind of cracking, making noises, like you need to just stop, go back, make sure the other side of the tire is nice and flexible and loose and push down into the valley, and it will make the whole thing so much easier. So reinstalling a tire is basically just the reverse process of putting a tire on. So this tire, we already have the first bead on, which is usually relatively easy. And then it helps to put the tire on kind of diagonally. So for reinstalling a tire, you want the front of the duck head showing and the back covered up. So just get the bead started. And then it's a much easier if you use these holders. So those keep the tire pushed down. So I'm going to put 2 of those on. And then again, use the handle, and we're just going to work the tire on slowly. Just pushing it around. See, there you get to a point where it's kind of bound up. You can see in here, yep, see, push the tire down into the center of the wheel. That loosened it up a bit. It's one of those things that if you just kind of take your time, it goes much better. Just slowly, slowly. Gosh. There you go, working it all the way around. Okay. So pop the holders off. And it can be helpful to use the bead breaker arm to try and help get the duck head out of the tire. Popped it over. And pull the duck head off. Then we've got a tire mounted. Basically now just need to add air, pop the tire onto the bead, and good to go. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this tire changer. There's been a lot of running back and forth to shops over the last year, and it's just kind of a hassle. Like when you take your wheels off, you take them to a shop, you drop them off, then you have a motorcycle with no wheels on it that is down. So it's pretty handy just to have this system and just be able to do it yourself at home. It's a really well-built product. It's relatively easy to use. I would suggest watching videos on Rabaconda's YouTube channel, etc., to get tips and tricks. And if you have some experience changing tires on different types of vehicles, that definitely helps because a lot of the same principles apply no matter what type of tire it is. So yeah, overall I'm pretty pumped with it. It's going to make my life a bit easier. I think over time it'll probably pay for itself with the money saved from changing tires at shops. So yeah, pretty excited. It's a really cool product. So this is just a real quick overview of the Rabaconda Street Tire Changer. I hope it's helpful. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer those. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you could leave a subscription, that'd be super helpful. And we'll see you on the next one.